appreciate it. Cool. Thank you. You have a good one. Thank you. All right, bag secured, man. It's time to go ahead and hit the crib. And we finna, you know, go ahead and get it unboxed and test some stuff out. See you. All right, y'all, so we got the this is one that had to pick up the MacBook Neo from the Apple store here. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, y'all look crazy, bro. But this Apple store right here in particular, they didn't even have a lot of stuff out. And it's kind of strange and everything because I came to one of the better malls that we have here in St. Louis. And I was just surprised. Like, I'm like, dang, y'all don't got really nothing out, you feel me? But I bet you the other one is gonna have out a lot, but that's the one that they be having the most security concerns about. So that's why I picked this one, because I'm like, hey, I know for a fact we're gonna have, you know, at least probably, you know, every model of the Neo out. But they didn't. I think I've only seen the blue one basically, and they could have had the yellow one out, but it was a bunch of people around one of them. So yeah, but so far from what I've been seeing is, and this is why I'm saying people are crazy. Every tech guru or somebody that's doing something, you know, extra on the computer, they were like, oh, you know, Apple, they really failed us when they dropped this. How? Bro, you have the opportunity to go ahead and shoot and buy the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, or even like, you know, an iMac or whatever. So why would you think that this computer right here was going to be coming out for you at this price point? It made no sense. Y'all know all the rumors. The rumors told you guys the same exact spiel. Bro, we trying to beat the Chromebook. And so far from what I've been seeing, I'm truthfully believing that this is going to beat Chromebooks, you know, just because. So when I was inside the store, and I couldn't record inside the store thoroughly and everything, he asked me, so, hey, this for personal or business? I'm like, I don't know, bro. Is it really business related or is it personal? I don't know. But he was like, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to record. I said, that's cool, bro. But when I went to go pick it up and everything, one of the ladies who was, you know, doing the act, I'm like, hey, you mind if I film you? She like, well, sure, why not? She sounded nervous and everything, so I probably blur her face out or whatever. But yeah, bro, so far it's been nothing but students inside the Apple store purchasing them. Like, I'm not able to, like, just judging the book from its cover and everything. I don't see people like us, you know, that are going inside the store, that are heavy into tech, that are heavy into AI, cybersecurity, or IT in general, or, you know, video editors, stuff like that. I believe that the Neo is legit going to be for that new beginning content creator, or even a content creator that's already out, but that one that's not using Premiere Pro, Final Cut, or those even may work on here. It really just depends. But basically what I'm trying to say is, for the people that are not using heavy cameras like me, I got an R5 that I'm using. So if you're using like a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, even a Sony ZV-E1 or whatever Sony camera it is, I think that this is going to be for you because it's going to be able to handle your files, your pictures as well. It makes the most sense. But yeah, man, it's only $123 right now. I'm late picking it up for one. But yeah, I can't wait to go home and unbox it and get to testing and everything. So I'm going to take probably like 72 hours or whatever and try my best to push this Mac, you know, through the wall. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got my Canon R50V, so trust and believe I'll be uploading some clips right into probably Premiere, because I'm not a Final Cut user just yet. Probably won't ever be, but I'm gonna try to use Premiere Pro and also CapCut and also edit some images on there as well. So we're gonna see exactly, you know, what this camera, I mean, what the damn, I can't even speak, what this laptop can actually do. So I can't speak because I'm finna get on the highway. But yeah, we're gonna catch y'all in the next slide. Peace. All right, guys, so we are finally back home, and it's time to go ahead and get this thing on the box, bro. I've been waiting all day, man. Been at work, but yeah, it's that time, man. So let's go on and get it right here. So look, I went ahead and got the 256 gigabyte option. This also only has 8 gigabytes of RAM, but I mean, honestly, I think this is gonna be pretty cool, you know, for what we have. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it. I love this part right here. So easy just to go ahead and rip everything off. All right, man, we got the first two off, and whew, it's time to do it. Let's do it. I'm excited, man. I don't even know why, bro. Ooh, look at that. All right, we got the citrus right here. So on the tab, I got like a little hello thing right here, which is kind of cool and everything. But let's pull the Mac out. Damn. All right, this feel cool. This feel good, bro. Put that to the side. All right, so inside the box, we do get a little small pamphlet and everything. Oh. Is it just, Oh, okay. This pamphlet is okay. Yeah, so very ease of use, it looks like. Just a one opener. I'm normally used to like a bigger pamphlet and everything. I don't think we have anything else in here, which no, we actually don't. So we'll just put that to the side. And it does come with a 20-watt charger as well. So just, you know, perfect enough for us to, you know, have that charge. I did make a small complaint about this, but I mean, hey, having a 20-watt charger, same exact thing we have for the iPhone, you know, 16 to 17 models. I think that'll actually be pretty decent and everything. So we should be cool with that. But obviously that's everything we do got for the box. So let's go ahead and unbox the, well, not unbox, but you know, unravel the MacBook itself. I'm happy for this. Like this mug, this look fire. All right, cool. So now the setup process of the MacBook Neo is supposed to be very simple and easy. As you guys seen through an actual unboxing itself, there really wasn't much documentation. So yeah, it's very user friendly, I will say, especially for anybody that's just now joining the Mac ecosystem. But we'll just go through like the basics and everything. This is pretty much, you know, choosing like the language that, you know, you speak or you can read. Well, yeah, you can speak and read whatever. And then we're going to choose our region, United States. And then we should be going and getting over to, oh, here we go, right here. So this is the screen right here we're talking about, where basically you get to go ahead and, you know, choose how you actually want to set it up. So that's for, you know, you can do a Mac time machine startup disk, even from a Windows PC. So for anybody that's actually on Windows now, you can actually go ahead and use it, or you can set it up with your iPhone or iPad, or you can just set it up, you know, strictly new. So either way, you'll have that ability to do so. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and choose to set up with an iPhone. I just want to see what this actually does. Let's go ahead and, you know, unlock our phone real quick, and let's see. So cool. So on your phone, you actually go ahead and get like a notification that says literally, you know, like set up with Mac, our new Mac. So we're going to go ahead and continue on that Face ID real quick, and then now we just got to hold our phone towards the actual Mac. So do that. Cool. And I'm assuming that's going to take some time and everything to get everything set up. So we'll let that, you know, do what it got to do, and finish setting this thing up right here. I personally, like I said, can't wait to really go ahead and get inside this Neo, just because I actually got a lot of homework to actually do. And this will be a perfect test for me to actually do homework. Plus, also, I've been using my iPhone a lot lately to make some more content instead of taking the big boys outside. So we'll end up using that and, you know, trying to figure out what else we may do. Yeah, let me go and get this all set up. So. All right, so 3 days later, we already got that MacBook Neo already set up. Quick and easy, simple process of getting this thing set up right here. Like you guys seen earlier in the video, you're able to go ahead and set this MacBook Neo up just off your iPhone itself, or you can set it up as brand new, or even transfer you know whatever you have on your iPad, you know, over to the MacBook Neo. Apple has did their thing, in my personal opinion, when it comes down to making their Apple devices very easy to transfer. Whether you have a Windows device or even an Android phone, you can literally transfer all that data right over to an Apple product, right? Now, I've been able to go ahead and use this device so far, just doing like the basic tasks in life, whether it's doing my homework, you know, for my college classes, and even running some basic Linux labs that my class may require me to run. And then also on top of that, when it comes down to doing some photography editing, I'm able to do that as well on this device without having any issues at all. Now, I shoot on the Canon R5, so I have big files. My camera does have a 45 megapixel sensor, so therefore my files are coming out around like roughly 45 to 55. It really just depends on how they do their own math. But me bringing those files over to the Neo, I have not had any sort of lagging at all. There haven't been any buffering either. So I mean, hey, honestly, I think that 8GB RAM, you know, option that we do have to stay with, I think that is very sufficient, you know, for certain tasks, right? Now, one of the biggest things I see a lot of YouTubers right now currently doing is testing out the Neo on like video editing software. And that's where I say, I think that everybody will have their own different experiences with it, just because somebody may have a better camera, somebody may be shooting like in a different codec or a different, you know, frame rate, whatever. And of course, the Neo is not going to be able to handle all that. Now, I went ahead and tested out, you know, shooting on I shot on my iPhone, and I uploaded the Neo clip on the in Premiere Pro, and I was able to edit that clearly, just seamlessly, right? No problems at all. However, when I went ahead and brought over like an 8K file from my R5,
that's when I started to see a little bit of like lagging and everything. But like I said, it really just depends. Now, why would you bring 8K over? I truthfully don't know. I would never do it again. I would just strictly use like a smaller file. But if you do have like 4K footage, 2K footage, 1080p, of course, this Neo right here is going to work with wonders in my personal opinion. And also on top of that, if you do have like a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, Sony ZV-E1, Canon R50, those clips right there from those cameras are going to work seamlessly in my opinion. And one cool thing I did figure out about this Neo was too, even though we do have that 8GB RAM option, Apple does use swap memory inside of this device right here. So what that basically means is that, let's say for instance, you're using a product or you got multiple windows open up. Once you hit that threshold of 8GB of RAM, they'll then go ahead and start using like your actual SSD storage space instead, which that can be a problem just depending on what exactly you're trying to do. Like for my instance, let's just say for instance, if I went ahead and uploaded like 3 different photo shoots on Lightroom, so I got all those pictures, I got the raw files one place, and then I got the Lightroom library in another place, and they're basically just taking up all of my space. Mind you, I got the 256GB option, and of course you don't get the full 256, you probably get like 230, 240, something like that. So of course, me having 100GB of photos, I'm using an 8GB RAM, just imagine how much swap memory they may have to use, you know, to make sure the device runs smooth. So what I would recommend to do is this: if you are somebody that's going to be doing like, you know, content creating on here, photo editing, or anything that's somewhat heavy or whatever, I'd recommend going to get the 512GB option, just because one, you do get more space of course, but also on top of that, you do get Touch ID. Now, I don't have Touch ID on mine, and I kind of wish that I went ahead and purchased a Touch ID one, only just because when it comes down to downloading different apps, having to make modifications to like the security settings, bro, I gotta type in my password literally every 5 seconds. It's super annoying, honestly. But yeah, those are pretty much like the hurdles I've been personally experiencing with the MacBook Neo so far, you know. But once again, Apple did not release this product for someone like me who actually does a lot of content creating, a lot of photo shoots. They have a Pro model for that, or they even have a MacBook Air for us, or a studio, stuff like that. This product right here is strictly for people, and not strictly, but this product right here is made for like students and everything. You know how college students, they go to school and everything, they get the iPads. Instead, now they have a different option. Instead of getting iPads, you can now go in and get the MacBook Neo, which is definitely going to take care of everything for you, from doing college work, running labs, like I say, and even checking your emails and doing like the basic daily tasks. The MacBook Neo is definitely going to be for you. Now, do I also want to talk about the battery life on this device as well? Apple went ahead and said we should get around like 16 hours of battery usage, but I've said in a previous video, you probably won't get the full 16 hours. You probably get somewhere around maybe like 10 to 11 hours, probably a little bit more than that. But like I said, it all depends on what you personally do. Now, for my instance, I'm uploading photos to my MacBook Neo, and honestly, I haven't charged it up either, by the way, since like I first got it. But I just literally got it off the charger today, so it should be at 100%. But just imagine, you know, you upload the photos to your MacBook Neo, watching YouTube. Of course, that battery is about to die because you're doing a lot to it. So be curious about what you are doing. Don't just say, oh yeah, you know, you gave me 16 hours, but I only got 5 or whatever. I mean, bro, what exactly were you doing on the MacBook Neo? Let's make it make sense, right? So another cool thing about the MacBook Neo that I recently discovered too is that, you know, even though this thing right here only has 3 different ports, 2 USB-Cs and 1 3.5mm headphone jack, you can actually still use a dongle connected to the machine, and it actually still is running very smooth. So I went ahead and got my SD card connected to the dongle. That's how I'm able to go ahead and upload like video clips and then also my photos and everything. And honestly, it literally connected without a problem at all. I knew for a fact, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the biggest challenge I'm gonna have, is trying to figure out how the heck can I get my photos, you know, directly to the machine. But no, it was literally smooth as butter, right? Now, I do want to answer this question as well. Once again, who is this computer for? 100% I'll tell you this right now. When I went to the Apple store, I did not see people judging the book box cover that was like me, you know, just doing like, you know, heavy content creator. I didn't see nobody else up in there with their cameras. I've seen a lot of parents with their kids inside of the Apple store on launch day purchasing the MacBook Neo. Just listening around to the actual, like, you know, environment itself, everybody was saying, oh yeah, you know, I'm getting this such and such for my kid. Or even the kid, like I said, the kids were there as well purchasing these MacBook Neos, which I was surprised because the Neo was literally on back order before it even launched. So I was like, dang, that's just crazy. But anyway, guys, like I said, the MacBook Neo, my personal opinion, is it is a great device. I'm personally going to be keeping a Neo because I do want to keep pushing it and pushing it. But then also on top of that, Apple, they only offered us like a 7-day, I think a 7 or 14-day return window, and I ain't gonna make it anyway because I'm still using the device itself. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Would you guys go ahead and purchase the MacBook Neo for your kids or even yourself? Because I think you probably should. But we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.